Hey guys, right, I've got something I wanted to spend 2 minutes just to show you what I've been doing. Now there are various methods of controlling the game: controller, keyboard and mouse, HOTAS. You know, the options are all out there. What I've been doing recently, I've been trying out dual sticks, two joysticks. A little bit different and unorthodox in some ways, but you get used to it, it can be tremendously useful. I like it. I've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. I've been really enjoying it. So on my right, I have a Logitech 3D Extreme Pro, and then on my left, I have an older joystick. I actually bought this when Elite came out. I actually used a joystick with my right hand on this side, and then I used keyboard. That's also quite it's quite good. You get the maneuverability of the joystick, but you also get all the buttons on the keyboard, which is great for all your different functions. I've got my setup, as you can see, displayed up there, and I just wanted to go through it. It's a bit boring, guys. If you're a console player, maybe this will bore the hell out of you, or you might be interested. Either way, it's here. Some of you will appreciate it. Basic movements, right joystick, you've got pitch, you've got your yaw movement with the twist, and then you've got roll. It's pretty common. I don't think people tend to have it any other way. From what I can see, tends to be the kind of default maneuvering. Pretty simple. On the left joystick, now obviously, normally with a HOTAS you would have a throttle. You'd move it, it'd either be one of the sliding ones, or it'd be like one that arcs over. I had the T-Flight HOTAS X for quite a while. It was a arcing one. Really loved it. In fact, I'd probably switch back to it. It'd be perfectly fine. Maybe it's kind of lacking in buttons. It can get complicated. Do lots of shift buttons. I just can't be bothered with it. Also, the joystick is prone to squeaking. It will creak and squeak, and God knows what's going on with that. Let me explain what I'm doing with this. So with the left, so instead of the throttle, the traditional throttle, what I've got on here is so we'll go through throttling to start with. I've got two ways I can do it. One, I can throttle up, and then if I then let go of it, it will maintain a throttle to whatever you see. So as I push up, the throttle will slowly go up. I let go of it and let the joystick center, so I'm not touching it. And if I'm going at 100, it will stay at 100. And then if I pull back, it will then throttle down to 0, and then I can just let go of it. It will stay at 0. And the same for reverse. I very rarely use reverse. I don't know if I'm the only one, but reverse is something which I find I only ever use on 2 occasions. One would be combat. If there's a little fighter that's annoying, I'll pull into reverse and I'll pitch up and I'll try and sort of arc over. That can be quite good for that. Or when I'm landing, when I'm docking, sometimes I'll go a little bit further, so I'll just go reverse just a little bit. Maybe you guys use it at different occasions. I don't know. That's my use of it. So for throttling, like I say, forward. Now, on this joystick, what I've got 3 buttons set up. As you can see, so there's 4 buttons on the top, which are for my thumb. What I'll do is the top left button, as soon as I press it, I'll go 100% throttle. So my ship will just go into 100% and it will just move forward. Because, that's what we use quite a lot. Now, the next button down is 50% and 75. Now, if I'm in Super Cruise, I use the shift button on here, and then when I press this button, it will go into 75, and that sets you to the optimum speed. I think normally it's blue. If you normally have the orange UI, it's blue, but mine's flipped over. Mine's a blue UI, so it's orange. You'll see in a minute. So that's good for that. And then I've got, this is a 0. So let's say I'm docking and I'm quite close to being perfectly in the position, but I'm a little bit far back. What I'll do is I'll just tap this once, and it will make me move slowly forwards. And then this button here, this one is 0. It basically kills my engines. 0 throttle. So That's good for docking. If I'm in combat, bit of a red zone going off. So what I'll do is I'll hit it on 50, which is a great speed for maneuvering. It's optimum for kind of turning around. It's that optimum speed. We should know about that. But if for some reason I need to stop, I just press the right hand button there and I zero my engines. Need to move again, just press it. Simple as that. No need for the throttling back. No need for a throttle backwards or forwards. It's just 100, 50, 0. Simple. These, I mean, people probably think, wow, look at these buttons, I can use them for all sorts. But I came to the conclusion that using these for engines was perfect, and it's worked out really well so far. What can we talk about? Right, so I've got shift. Sorry, I'm rambling. I haven't prepared this at all. Shift buttons on the top. So what I'm doing is on here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons on the top. I have like a secondary fire here. I have a primary here. This is my, which would generally be my lasers, and this will generally be multi-cannons unless I'm using something else. And then I've got shift buttons. So for my secondary fire, my Pew 2, what I would do is I would press the red shift. So if I press red shift and then that button, do my chaff. If I have chaff. If I haven't got chaff, it won't do any chaff, because there'll be no chaff. On here, I've got, the way it's explained on the sheet is that the one at the top is default, so not pressing any shift button will automatically do like at the top, it will do fire group 0, 50 and 100. Now if I press red shift, it will do whatever in the red section, and the green shift will do whatever is in the green section. So I've got these 6 buttons here, but by utilizing a green shift button, what I'm doing is I'm doubling the amount of functions I can get from these. So I'll go galaxy map, but then if I want the system map, I'll just press this button on the left and then press the galaxy map button, which in turn will do the shift feature, which will be the system map. Then I've got hard points, recalling a fighter. You're in a bit of a battle, shit's going down, what's going off? So what do? We get our fighter back, but instead of going through the options to go blah blah blah, orders, recall fighter, etc etc, I've got it as a recall fighter button. I'm finding that quite useful actually. Also, green shift is only on the base, the red shift is only on the stick. A little rule I try to stick by. I could do green shift stuff on the stick as well, but I'm trying to not to. I'm trying to have it as 2 functions for each one. It simplifies it quite a lot. Shield tail bank, heatsink, orbit lines, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I need to look into that. Landing gear, cargo scoop. As you can see, the secondary ones are functions that, well, for these here are perhaps that you'd use less. Landing gear, cargo scoop are used quite a lot. Silent running and lights less so. So they're on the shift function. Going off on to the left stick, I have boost. My trigger is boost, which I have pressed a few times when I'm in station, which is of course hilarious. But that will do my boost. Oh, I forgot to mention my lateral thruster. So which would kind of be the yaw on this stick. The twist on the left stick do my lateral thrusters, so I move side to side with those. And I've also got a vertical thrust is on here, and then my downward thrust is on this button here, which you can see on the left stick. That works very well as well. In combat, I have the left hat switch just here, very useful. I just press it up for the highest threat. So I'm being attacked, it's just a quick flick up, really simple to do, no stress with that whatsoever. If I'm looking forward, I want to target ahead, I just press it down, straight away, target straight forward. I can cycle my targets, and if I'm targeted onto a wingman, I can do a left flick there, which will then let me see what my wingman is targeting, which is quite useful when someone's going, oh, it's so-and-so name, oh, and I'm like, I can't find him, target teammate, and then I can quickly target like that. Flight assist is the pinky button on here. There's a little button just here. That works well because I can just grip it quite easily. I'm doing this and my little finger doesn't do anything else. I can just grip it. Yeah, pretty simple. The throttle, lateral thrusters, roll, yaw, pitch. Dead easy. The throttle's a bit unorthodox, but like I say, if you're throttling forward, you'd kind of, with a normal throttle, you would then pull back to slow down. That doesn't happen. I have to zero it, which is fine. It works fine. And once you get used to it, it feels quite natural. UI focus is the center button on the left. So by pressing that, I can then access my left menu, right menu, and then I've got your chat menu at the top, and then you've got your little console menu at the bottom. That's quite simple. So you just press. It works well. Hips, as always, on the right. Up, engine, left, system, right, weapons. And by pressing it down, you reset them all. Pretty easy, really. That's more or less it. Yep, looking at it, I can't think of anything else to kind of mention. I shall go into a little bit of combat and show you. Let's just do what we got. Training. Challenge scenarios. I haven't really looked at these. This challenge incorporates combat against targets of differing capabilities. You will lead your wing. We've got to destroy the large transport. Learn to manage the escorts, locate blind spots, larger ships. Wow. Let's do that. You can see me using the sticks as I'm in combat. Right, let's see what we've got. Type 9 heavy, I'm assuming that's the convoy. So all I do is I want to start moving. Press my button. What am I in? Oh, I'm in a vulture. Lawless. Pirates. Okay. I've got beam laser and seeker missiles. Oh, I hate missiles. Worst thing ever. I'm assuming that I'm destroying these.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Right, let's boost. All engines to weapons. They're in these vultures. Right, let's try and take him out.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Flight assist on.
Back to 50% and locked on. Missile out. Bit more beam. He's gone. So I'm going to go for once he's gone. Once he explodes. Press up.
Destroyed.
Gives me the next threat. Like I say, this joystick working as normal. Send a missile. We'll beam him as well. He's gone.
Target destroyed.
So I think we have to take out this Type 9. I've not done these, so I don't really... I know the Type 9s are pretty crap for weapons, so you get behind him. I think he's blind.
Target
Shield
shields
down.
offline. Under attack. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
See, this isn't going to be difficult, but it is going to take time.
Flight assist off. Target shields online. Flight assist on. Target shields.
Is that doing any damage? What's it on? 80. On missile? Does that really do 2% damage?
Under attack.
Yeah, that's going to take forever. Right, we'll come off this. Let me just launch the main game and I'll show you. We're going to caffeine. So like I say, UI focus, pretty simple. Hold the button here, and then you just tap left, tap right, hold this chat or down. Here we go. Pretty simple. Also, these buttons here on the left work as like to go through the different tabs. Pretty simple. In collecting materials. Bloody nightmare. Let's target the station. 50%. Good old ballport, there it is.
Gutemeier, Sierra Hotel Alpha. This is the Flight Operations Department. Please comply with established docking procedures, Commander.
Now I do use a docking computer. Is it working or not? Right, let's turn it off. Let's go to ball. Going to slow down to 0. We'll very quickly request docking.
Position authorized. Set down on landing pad 3.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
So I'm going to stick it on 50% speed, although that's over 100. So if I do dink into anything, they'll moan. So I'm going to pull back on the left stick to slow it down. Probably a bit too much there. Pop the landing gear. So much easier than an Anaconda. Right, here we go. I'm going to move in slowly. Gonna line up, and then what is I'll kill the engine. I'm gonna kill it now. I can see where I am. I'm gonna nudge it forward. Stop. Use my lateral twist there. A little bit forward, and I'm on. Dead easy.
Contact. Commence system shutdown.
I hope that was useful for at least one of you, maybe. Let me just switch off the webcam. Here we go. You wanted to see it again. Alright, cheers guys. Take it easy.